What's goody, Barons?
On today's episode, we'll watch some Flourishing Friendships,
Relive the Pep Rally,
catch up with our newest Bartiste,
rewind the Oscars with Alpha,
conclude our amazing Black History Month segments,
and watch some famous people from BCC.
I'm Maya Broadwater.
And I'm Pierre Vasquez, and you're watching BCC TV.
What's been going on in the news, Piero?
Well, Maya, on Monday, President Donald Trump told a gathering of governors at the White House that he would hold a summit to sign a trade pact with China. This comes after he decided to postpone a planned increase in tariffs on Chinese goods from 10% to 25% because of very productive talks on structural issues. The Wall Street Journal even reported that Beijing has offered to increase purchases of U.S. farm and energy products to ease restrictions on U.S. financial services firms and auto manufacturers.
The Oscars were last Sunday, and to everybody's surprise, the green... You know what? Enough of me talking. Alpha, why don't you take it away?
Hey Barons. This past Sunday I got to partake in the intellectual activity of watching the 91st Academy Awards. This year we had an amazing host in Kevin Hart who... Scratch that. We had a multitude of hosts who presented some of the most outstanding films from the past year. Bohemian Rhapsody was one of the greats in 2018 and it deservingly won big. Congrats to Rami Malek for winning Best Actor for his accurate performance, beating out Christian Bale, who literally shapeshifted into Dick Cheney for his role in Vice. They won Best Makeup, so that must mean something, right? Black Panther won for Best Production and Costume Design, which I think is fitting considering they managed to convince half the world that Wakanda is a real place. Lady Gaga won Best Original Song for A Star is Born, a movie where we discovered that apparently Bradley Cooper is just as good at singing as he is at having relationship issues. The Favorite was actually one of the films that... Actually, I was just told that absolutely no one saw or understood that movie, so I'm moving on. BlacKkKlansman also won Best Adapted Screenplay, giving Spike Lee his very first Oscar, which he seemed to be pretty okay with.
And fifth nomination for Spike Lee.
The Netflix hit of the year, Roma, had its director, producer, writer, cinematographer, Alfonso Cuarón win Best Director, making him the third Latino to win the award in the last 4 years, showing that apparently the Academy knows how to recognize minorities for their work. Speaking of racial tension, shout out to Mahershala Ali for winning Best Supporting Actor for pretending to not be troubled by the inaccuracy and insensitivity of the movie Green Book. According to the Academy, this was the best film of 2018, surprising everyone more than when Trevor Noah trolled everybody by acting like he was saying an inspirational quote in Dosa. Well, I hope all of you who didn't tune in now know what's popping in the world of cinema. Back to you, Maya and Piero.
Thanks for that, Alpha. As one of the few who didn't tune in for the Oscars, that finally helped me understand all those tweets on my feed.
And BCC News, the PTSA Used Book Sale will take place on Saturday the 9th from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. We would also like to congratulate half of the student body for showing up to school today.
But if you're watching this from home, power through. We are halfway through the third quarter.
You know, even though senior year is coming to a close, I still wish there was a way that I could just make some new friends before I just leave BCC.
I have just the club for you, Piero.
Flourishing Friendships is a community of autistic students and their peers who come together to create a more autism-friendly school here at BCC.
My favorite part about Flourishing Friendships is like the hangouts we do on the weekends, where we go to like one place which is like the bowling alley or laser tag, and we just have like fun.
All of these posters relate to different issues regarding the autistic community. For example, bullying in the autistic community, like build awareness about using the R word, how it's not okay.
Come to the fundraiser on March 6th at Caltor!
Bad to pull up. Seems pretty cool.
Out of all all the talent at BCC, the one that keeps on impressing us over and over are our Bartistes.
Let's check out who our next Bartiste is.
I'm Sabrina Aleem. I'm a senior and I do a lot of painting, but overall I just do visual art. I'm in AP art, and so we have to choose a concentration. So I chose the blending between South Asian and American culture because that's something that I've experienced. Right now a lot of the inspiration for my art is coming from my experience of those two cultures and how they are similar and how they are different. A lot of my art outside of school is being done in like my sketchbook, and I kind of just go with like drawing whatever and then building on that. So I'll start with like maybe just a line drawing of like a figure or a face or something, and then just keep building up on it. It's ugly in the middle and then it kind of gets better. I think it is important to have a creative hobby because it like allows you to have an outlet for different like feelings and thoughts and share them with other people, which is really cool. I feel creatively supported at BCC because I've like had the same art teacher for the past 3 years, and she was very helpful. She's taken the time to like help give me critique on all my work, like share different artists with me who she thinks that I could be inspired from. Art to me is like something that isn't very serious but is serious at the same time. Like for me, like it's just like a way to relax. You have to take the time to do that, and you have to take the time to separate yourself from like all the busyness of the day. What motivates me is like that chance to relax, because sometimes I'll be like really stressed out, and just like drawing and like moving my hand like can get out like anxious energy or just like stressed out feelings. Art definitely benefits my emotional well-being.
Keep up the great work.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you're probably aware that the Pep Rally was last Friday.
Yeah, wait, about that. How do you jump so freaking high?
Oh, funny story. I actually put huge trampoline springs under my shoes, so it's all an illusion, but shh, don't tell anyone.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless, there was so much excitement at our Pep Rally last week.
It would be a crime not to look back at it.
Let's check it out.
Get up, what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Get up, first shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad, moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm honest.
Looked like so much fun. I wish I could have been there.
But didn't you just say?
Shh.
All right, moving on. This week is the last week of Black History Month.
Trying to get us woke one last time, Josh and Cam?
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long ways from home, a long ways from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, on 3 different levels of missing your mother, who may have, once landing on this side of the world, may have been sold to another plantation. Motherlessness from the homeland of Africa in and of itself, motherlessness in your actual mother being sold into slavery, and motherlessness in your own baby taken or given to the mammy who was then like the wet nurse for all the babies. So in essence, being through with all the drudgery of what life in the plantation mode, why not reach for something that's otherworldly? This work song, slave song background bears a lot on a lot of stuff you guys are listening to currently. And now that we understand contemporary gospel music, that's more inclusive with rap, rhythm and blues, jazz. So I love that there's a big old melting pot of a bunch of stuff that comes through the American experience.
A people without knowledge of their past, history, origin, or culture is like a tree without its roots.
Hey man, that's Marcus Garvey. I see you've been studying up.
We must remember, if nothing else, African American history, Black history is everybody's history.
Never feel like there is only one month of the year to be celebrating the beautiful struggle of African Americans.
And never forget that any time is a good time to celebrate young Black excellence in all of its forms.
And it would behoove us to make sure we learn as much as we can so that we can really celebrate this wonderful mix we call America.
So, what are you waiting for?
Back to you, Maya and Piero.
Thanks for an amazing month with empowering segments. I'll for sure miss it.
Well, it's time to pass it over to Jeremiah to see what's going on with sports this week.
Hey Barons, even though spring sport trials start today, we still have plenty of winter sports updates. First off, Barons Wrestling had 4 wrestlers place at regionals. Christian Simpson took 3rd place, Eli Gutentag took 2nd place, Gio Martinez took 2nd place, and Drew Gutentag was our regional champion at 145. Girls basketball destroyed Blair last Friday, 68-45, and guys basketball crushed Blair 72-56. Do not miss the girls in their first basketball playoff game today at 5:30 against Kennedy, and you have to stay for the boys game at 7:15 against Einstein. Best of all, both of these games are at home, so make sure to come out and show support. Barons Swim and Dive in their Saturday meet had multiple top 8 finishes, with the girls and the guys both doing a great job. Boys placed 6th in the 200 medley relay, and Will Tempest placed 7th in the 100 breast and 5th in the 200 IM. The girls placed 3rd in the 200 freestyle relay, and they're the 200 medley relay state champions. Shout out to Jill Berger, Kate Stevenson, Jazz Berry, Samantha Smith, and Kate Hallmark, who all placed in top 8 finishes, most of them twice. And another big shout out to the girls who were 2nd overall in the states. Well, that's all for the sports this week, Barons. Good luck in your spring tryouts. Back to you, Maya and Piero.
Thanks for that, Jeremiah.
Well, that's all for this week, Barons.
Check back in next Friday for more news, updates, and humor.
Keep those standards high, BCC.
And keep the questionable bathroom breaks low.
I'm Maya Broadwater.
And I'm Piero Vasquez.
And we're signing off.